Stop number 11 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Richmond, Virginia. Richmond International Raceway for the always wild Crown Royal 400. Keith Batson has the pole race at 136 miles an hour. Alongside of him, the King Richard Petty car of Dominic Jarvis. Row 2, the 42 car of Mike Becker and Dougie Shears. Or, excuse me, that's not Dougie Shears. That's Randy Carpenter, 71, excuse me. He starts 4th. Alexander Jones and Alexander Dawson is a 3rd row. 4th row, Dylan Poteet and Earl Jarvis. Row 5, Levi Shones and Red Bell. And the green flag about the way. Richmond does tend to be a wreck fest sometimes. We'll see what happens here. We had a wild race here back in Season 3 and Season 1 too as well. And the green flag waves and we're underway in the Crown Royal 400. This is the last chance, by the way, for some of the winless drivers to get into the All-Star race at Charlotte. Mike Becker wasting no time on Keith Batson. Oh, in trouble already! Dylan Poteet has crashed again. So he wins the race back to the line. It's going to be Mike Becker in car 42. Alexander Jones. Alexander Jones passes Mike Becker. I don't know what happened. She was 2nd coming across the line. Alexander, you better get back there, girl. There you go, Mike Becker. Josh Osborne, he's also in the crash too. Let's look at what happened. Dylan Poteet got turned by Levi Shones. And that was a separate incident right there. Oh! Let's look ahead as to what happened. Let's first look at the shun between Levi and Dylan. At a second turn, this always happens in Richmond for some reason. Yeah, Levi turns Dylan Poteet, sends Dylan hard into the wall, and sends him around. Now, let's watch the crash that involved Levi Shones. There's Levi in the 18 car. He goes back up the track. He hits Dylan. He goes back up the track. Right into Matthew Rodriguez, Josh Osborne, and Red Bell, and Mike Doobie all in his crash. Eric Matthews, he gets a piece of it too. And Josh Osborne and Red Bell both got squished into the wall. I see Dylan Poteet's going to have some words for Levi Shones after this one. Oh, we had another crash too! Now what happened there? I believe this involved Eric Matthews in the 22 car and Zed Weinstein in the 7. Boy, they were wrecking everywhere on the first lap, wasn't they? It was up ahead of them, this bunch. I believe it all started when somebody turned turned the 83 car of Alex Filter around. Yeah, see right there, Michael Flanagan got some damages on his car, and so did Zed Weinstein, Robbie Hardy up high in the 24 car. Russ Batson's got damage on his car. I don't think Wes Riddle got any damage on his number 99. It doesn't look. Yeah, I see a little bit of wrinkle on the Wes Riddle car. So obviously a lot of crashing going on at Richmond in this first, and we're just only in lap 1. And we're back under green flag racing here. Mike Becker leads the race. Alexander Jones in the 2nd position now. And we just had a turnaround on the backstretch. And here comes Keith Ow! Mike Becker Becker has taken Alexander Jones out of the race. We were watching it when it happened, and I believe he had just lost the lead to Keith Batson when it happened. First, let's first look at the crash that happened involving Johnny Gardner. At first, I say Jack Remesson wasn't kidding when he told Johnny Gardner he don't know what he was getting himself into when he drove that 33 car. And here we go again. It was another situation we had on the backstretch like we did with Levi Jones and Dylan Poteet. This time it's Alex Tanker who gets into Johnny Gardner. Johnny goes for a ride into the inside wall. I don't think we're going to get any green flag racing here at Richmond, I don't believe. This keeps up. Now let's watch the crash that happened between Mike Becker and Alexander Jones. This already happened right about this point. Now, Alexander had just taken the lead from Mike Becker. Now, Keith Batson dives to the inside. Keith's going to get away clean. Alexander and Keith made a little touch fenders a little bit. And then Alexander Jones gets turned blatantly by Mike Becker. 21 of Earl Jarvis, he got in this crash too. And turned out several cars were strewn all over the place. Oh, Alexandra's boyfriend, Aaron Williams, got into this too. Red Bell damaged from this whole thing. Well, that was actually from the first crash. Yeah, see now where Aaron Williams got in this crash too. He hit the 21 of Earl Jarvis. 30 car got damaged up a little bit. That's Michael Dawson. Pace car's lights, I think, are off this time by. Let's see. Yep, they are. Keith Batson has the lead here at Richmond, Virginia, as we're about to go green flag racing. Dominic Jarvis and King Richard Petty's number 43 runs in second position. Then third is Randy Carpenter. Trying to redeem himself a little bit for the disappointing start to the season. Green flag waves are back underway here at Richmond. Let's see if we can get a first one lap done cleanly this time. Dominic Jarvis dives to the inside of Keith Batson as they come out of the second turn. Doesn't look like any turnarounds this time, and Dominic Jarvis to the inside. He's going to take the lead from Keith Batson. King Richard Petty's Dodge out in front. The STP Dodge. Interesting that paint scheme, the number 43 paint scheme dates back to 1983. And looks like we're maybe back under caution. Yep, Aaron Williams got spun around again. Caution number 3, and we're 12 laps into the race. I don't know what had caused the crash in the first place. Let's see. I believe Alex Filter got spun around by Wes Riddle, and the crash had already started. And I believe Jasmine Acosta got turned in the number 6 car. Yeah, look at that. Look, they were 4 wide between Ryan Acosta, Justin Baxter, Alex Tanker, and Jacob Rodriguez. Watch this right there. Jacob's going to turn Alex Tanker around. Poor Jasmine Acosta had nowhere to go. She gets in the Alex tanker. Lisa Shears, I believe, tagged Jasmine. Mike Becker, he's in it. Poor Jasmine getting bounced like a silver ball in a pinball machine. Let's go on board with Jasmine Acosta. So what happened? I bet you the Jasmine's eyes were closed after this whole thing. And Jasmine driving like a woman possessed. And in fact, that problem knocked Jasmine out of the race, apparently. So, pace car's lights are off. We're about to get back under green flag. Dominic Jarvis leads the race with Keith Batson in second, Alexander Dawson third. Trent Dunham now moves up in the fourth position, and fifth is Randy Carpenter. It's the green flag about to wave here. Jeremy Doobie has made his way up to the number 6 position, and car number 26, he needs a good run. And here they come, the green flag waves, and Dominic Jarvis out in front, car 43, the King Richard Betty Dodge. And he got a good start on Keith Batson. Of course, the lap car Red Bell was on the inside. And out of the second turn they come, out of turn number 4 they come. And it's Dominic Jarvis out in front. Keith Batson, though, closing right back up. Trent Dunham dives to the inside of the 2 car of Alexander Dawson, but Alexander shuts the door on him. As we watched it, as we continue to lay our eyes on this battle between Alexander and Trent. Off into turn number 1 they come here. Trent closes right back up on Alexander Dawson as they come out of the second turn. Trent content to stay behind Alexander Dawson. Meanwhile, Keith Batson closing up on the 43 of Dominic Jarvis. Just past the halfway point, 20 down in the books, 20 to go here at Richmond, Virginia in the Crown Royal 400. Things are settling down just a little bit now after 3 caution periods in the first 11, 12 laps of this race. So, but look at Keith Batson. He's closing right up on the 43 of Dominic Jarvis. Here comes Keith trying on the inside of Dominic here. Keith sticks that nose of his Ford at the inside. And let's see what happens out of the second turn here. Dominic goes up high. Keith dips down low. And they're side by side in the third and fourth turns now. Keith Batson has a half a car on Dominic as they go to the line. Keith leads the lap. And now here comes Keith Batson, dives to the inside. He takes the lead away from Dominic Jarvis on lap number 24. So move the Texaco Haviland Ford out in front. Keith Batson in desperate need of a win to kind of redeem the team, I guess you might say. The only team win so far for Doobie Batson team has been Ann at Rockingham. Dominic Jarvis runs in second position. Third is Alexander Dawson, car number 2. Then comes Trent Dunham in fourth. Morgan Carpenter making a splash into the top 5. She's running in fifth in car number 90. That bright lime green Ford. Ryan Acosta runs in sixth, our Las Vegas winner. Justin Baxter. Randy Carpenter, number 71, gets by Jeremy Doobie in the 26. And right behind Jeremy is Ann Batson in the 11th position. Ooh, Ann got a little loose there coming out through the first and second corners. But meanwhile, Jeremy Doobie goes to the inside and watch that move. He makes a crossover on Randy Carpenter. Jeremy leads Randy by a half a car length, and now they go to turn number 1. Jeremy Doobie follows up the 5 car of Justin Baxter and takes his path. But Jeremy wants more. He runs in 8th position. He's going for 7th. Doobie dives to the inside of Justin Baxter, and he's got the lead, or got the 7th position right now. Problems for the 22 car of Eric Matthews. He dives to the inside, maybe a mechanical problem on his number 22 Maxwell House Ford. Meanwhile, Dominic Jarvis has got 2 cars on his back bumper. Trent Dunham in the 14 goes up to the 3rd position. Trent goes for 2nd now. He dives to the inside of Dominic Jarvis. Trent positions himself to the inside of the 3rd and 4th turns now. Alexander Dawson can't figure out who he wants to go with. But Trent Dunham moves into the number 2 position now, our winner at Martinsville. And now Alexander Dawson finally decides, hey, I'm going where the faster line is, and he goes into the inside lane, the preferred groove around Richmond. And now suddenly Dominic Jarvis, who was leading a few laps to go, drops down to 4th. But right now it's Keith Batson in car 28. But he's got lap traffic ahead of him. That's not good news for Keith. He went to the inside, though, and he goes to the inside of the lap car of Red Bell and Mike Becker. Mike Becker's not happy with his year so far. And it's a surprising too for Mike Becker because his car is usually very good on short tracks. Not this season it ain't. Keith makes his way out of corner number 4. He has got 6 laps to go right now. And he's got Aaron Williams up ahead. Aaron Williams, the next one under the gun. If those lap cars hold, and Keith knows the lap car holds him up at all, Trent Dunham's all over his back bumper. And it will quickly turn into a Ford versus Chevy battle. If they're on a Dodge too with Alexander Dawson, Keith goes by Aaron Williams with ease, and now as they go down to turn number 4, Keith will have 4 laps to go. The only short track Keith has won on so far in the series has been at Martinsville, where he won there twice. And the second and third place cars of Trent Dunham and Alexander Dawson go by Aaron Williams with ease, but they're running out of time. 3 laps to go for Keith Batson. But Trent and Alexander are... Whoa! Alexander got sideways out of turn number 2. Gives Trent Dunham a slight bit of breathing room, but Alexander's all over the back bumper. 2 laps to go now for car 28. As we continue to watch this second place battle, Alexander Dawson staying all over the back bumper. Trent Dunham, Morgan Carpenter was in the 4th position now as he goes by Dominic Jarvis. Meanwhile, the white flag waves over Keith Batson. He's got 1 lap remaining in the race. It'll be his 3rd short track win if he can hold them all off in the Crown Royal 400. Lap car up ahead of Earl Jarvis, but I don't think it's going to play any factor at all As they come out of turn number 4, the Crown Royal 400 is going to belong to Keith Batson. He has done it today at Richmond. Car 28 pulls it off. The battle for second place will go to Trent Dunham. He holds off Alexander Dawson. Or the many attempts of Alexander Dawson, I should say. Morgan Carpenter comes home 4th. And 5th will go to Dominic Jarvis. And there's your average speed, 90.592, the average speed. And Keith Batson wins today here at Martinsville. Trent Dunham 2nd, Alexander Dawson 3rd, Morgan Carpenter 4th, Dominic Jarvis 5th, Jeremy Doobie, a good run for him, 6th position, Ryan Acosta, Justin Baxter, Randy Carpenter, and Sasha Dawson, the top 10. Great run for Sasha, her best run so far this season. John Acosta, John Dawson, and Batson in 13th, 14th Johnny Gardner, 15th Russ Batson, then Super Shears 16th, 17th Jacob Rodriguez, Lisa Shears 18th, Robbie Hardy 19th, and Matthew Rodriguez finishes in 20th position. Mike Becker, not a good day, 28th. I'm kind of wondering if Mike Becker's season's ever going to turn around. I'm kind of wondering about that. There's the rest of running orders right there. Look at that. 31st on down to 39th, and engine failure, retirees here. Jasmine Acosta, Levi Shones, Alex Filter, Alexander Jones, Mike Doobie, Dylan Poteet, Mike Flanagan, Zed Weinstein, and Josh Osborne, dead last right now in this race. But the win today will go to Keith Batson, his first win of the season 3. His first win of season 4, I should say. And that's... Well, Keith's already locked into the All-Star race, so we'll see. Morgan Carpenter has the points lead by 111 over Alexander Jones. Eric Matthews 3rd, Jasmine Acosta 4th, Dominic Jarvis 5th, Lisa Shears, Mike Doobie, Josh Osborne, and Batson up to 9th, and Jacob Rodriguez in the 10th position in the points. Here you see the rest of the running order. Trent Dunham up to the 16th position. He's finally up to the top 20 in points right now. And not far behind the top 15. Mike Becker dropping down to 13th in the points right now. Then Johnny Gardner in the 20th spot in the points. Ryan Acosta 21st. Dylan Poteet 41st in the points. Man, poor Dylan. He is not having a good showing so far this season. But that's not good news for some of those drivers as they go into the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. But before that, it'll be the Winston All-Star Race. Don't you miss it. It's going to be one heck of a show.